Glenn Beck, who is trying desperately to gin up his audience, remain relevant, freak out as many people as possible and get his clips shared. And he's not doing a bad job of it. We're doing it today. He now is saying that due to what he exposes and the role that he plays in America, his audience of paranoids who stream his show, angry suburbanites who cobble money together to buy his obscenely overpriced clothing, and just the generally bigoted, afraid, deranged, and uninformed, they need to be ready to play a pretty pivotal role in saving the republic. Because Glenn Beck knows history, and he knows what happens to people like him and his sidekicks, Barney and T-Bone. I'm just making up. I have no idea what Glenn Beck's sidekicks are. But he knows that just like previous shock jocks with big merchandise catalogs like Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi, because we know that that's what those guys did too, and they faced assassination. He knows what's coming for him. So let's listen to what Glenn Beck had to tell his audience.
If you look back at history, what happens to people who have voices and can cobble together people and be a leader, if you go back to what happened with the Armenian genocide, what is the first thing the Turks did? What is the first thing the Nazis do? You have a night of long knives. The Armenian genocide. Any of the Armenians that could lead, any mayor, any writer, any person that was a hero in war, in one day, in each city, they would kill about 1,000 people. They just slaughter them. And they were all the leaders of the community. Anyone that people would rally around and follow. They were killed day one. They just disappear or they kill, which means they do that so there is nothing left but sheep and no shepherds. I'm telling you now, if you want the republic to survive, you must say you are not a sheep, you are a shepherd. There are 10 million people that listen to this show. They cannot kill 10 million people in one night. You were born for a reason, and you're listening to this show for a reason. Read the essential speeches of Martin Luther King. There is one way out, and it is through reconciliation, peace, love, the teachings of Jesus, the teachings of Gandhi, the teachings of Bonhoeffer, the teachings of Martin Luther King. Prepare for a time when voices like mine or others are no longer heard.
All right.
And yours is the only voice.
Okay. Prepare for a time. Well, I think, don't worry, Glenn Beck is not going anywhere anytime soon. He'll be taking a lot more of your money. Yeah, I agree, actually. I think if we follow the teachings of Gandhi and King, things would be a lot better. I don't see how those teachings are reflected in the demented, warmongering, poor people abusing, sexist, xenophobic, and insane Republicans that Glenn Beck seems to love. And yes, you were born for a reason, if you're listening to Glenn Beck. Your parents had sex together, and your mother got pregnant. And the reason you're listening to his show is because you're high, and it's funny, or you're a very paranoid and scared person, and you're being exploited by a great huckster. But that's Glenn Beck. No one does it better.